Satnam, I have with me my dear friend Martin from the Czech Republic, whose amazing festival called the Healing Festival I have been teaching in for at least 5 years now. And it's such a magical event, and I'm really looking forward to going there again in August this year. So Martin is now in India, and he knows the amount of questions his people have for me. He comes to me with all of those questions, and I said, why don't we record those questions so that whatever I'm answering can be shared with the people from the Czech Republic as well as people from India who are watching this YouTube channel. So, Martin, welcome to India, welcome to Mumbai. So let's see what questions you have from me from the Czech Republic.
Thank you very much, Bijay, for a beautiful introduction. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here with you, and thank you, India, for having me here. So the questions, when people come to us, they ask about, because when I look at you, you look very happy, young, healthy, and most of the people would be genuinely interested in how to do that. But if we provide them with all the information, it's gonna be overwhelming and too much, I guess, because there is like million steps you are sharing with me every time we meet each other.
Yeah.
So where would you suggest to start? Like the very first small thing which people can think of like every day to make their life like happiness.
So for me, it starts from the point of you being a good human being. It all begins over there. Because like I've said many times before, you can do whatever you want that is healthy. You can do yoga, you can eat organic food, you can do yoga retreats all over the world, whatever you want to do, you can try everything. But if you're not kind, if you're not humble, you're not compassionate, if you're not have gratitude in your heart for whatever God has given you, if you're not a good human being, you cannot be happy. So it starts from there. Now, once you establish that, yes, okay, you are a good human being, what next? Because a lot of good human beings also are very unhealthy, they are overweight, they may have diseases, they may have health issues, psychological issues, grief, trauma, all of that. So what do you do then? I would say you start from your health. You start from what you eat. Because what I see, Martin, especially in Europe, is so many misunderstandings about how really to be healthy. You think that just by eating protein, you're good. So there's a lot of meat, number one. But there are principles of Ayurveda and nature cure, which most people do not understand. And I'm sorry to say that even India has now lost its way about these things, these sciences. For example, when you eat your food, I go to a restaurant and whenever I'm seeing people eat food, I'm seeing them sitting with beer, with Coke, with anything which is ice, got ice in it. Now what you have to know is when you are eating your food, there is a fire here according to Ayurveda, and this fire is going to digest the food. Now when you're drinking anything with your food, it could even be water, it could be even room temperature water, it's going to extinguish that fire, which means your food is not going to digest, which means it's going to rot, it's going to convert into what Ayurveda calls ama, that's waste. That food is going to become rotten and is going to become full of disease for your health, for your body. So to start with, if you just stop drinking any kind of liquid with your food, that will be a big help. So if you go to China and Japan, for example, what they have are the small cups which are filled with hot herbal tea, and they take sips of it. They don't drink it. So that means the food is going to get digested. And the whole thing about life, Martin, is that your whole life starts from your gut. Now, if this is clean, if this is really happy and healthy, the mind becomes clean, it becomes happy and healthy, because this is connected. And when the gut is clean, the mind is clean, your aura starts shining, your aura gets luminous. And when your aura is beautiful and shining, the good things that life has to offer to you, everything that you dream of, that comes towards you, it's the only way that it's possible. If you ask me, what is the secret for happiness? The secret for happiness is to be a good human being, to be a good soul. That starts from there. Because everything else is a waste if you're not a good human being. But once you establish that and once you understand that, what next? Then you take care of your gut, what you eat all the time. When you are eating good food and then you're doing yoga with it, because with the help of yoga, you're going to be able to pass the nutrition to the right places and you're going to be able to detoxify your body. Your lymphatic nodes, your kidneys, your liver, your intestines. When the detoxification happens, then it's going to get transferred to the mind. Your mind becomes sattva. You understand sattvic. It's pure, it's beautiful, it's happy. And then your aura is happy and your life is happy. So that's as short as I can cut it for you.
Perfect, thank you very much. And you just created or reminded me a perfect question for right now. You mentioned two very important words. One is Ayurveda, and the other one is yoga. From my own experience, I can feel that there is a lot of misinterpretation of both of the words around the world among people who doesn't know what it actually means and how we should actually do it in our life. It might feel like it's kind of a religion, or something far, far away, something completely difficult to understand or difficult to do. But I believe that we can implement little pieces in our daily lives every day and continuously improve ourselves. What should be the meaning of Ayurveda, the art of or the science of life, and yoga to people? From your perspective?
First of all, Ayurveda is totally different from the subject of yoga. They're two different sciences. If I have to write books, there will be a big fat book on Ayurveda and there will be a big fat book on yoga. So to start with Ayurveda, Ayurveda is a wonderful science that is more than 5,000 years old in India. And the thing about Ayurveda is what it says 5,000 years ago was the same 3,000 years ago, was the same 500 years ago, and is the same today. In modern medicine, they said 20 years ago, eggs are really bad for you because it's very bad cholesterol, it's got this poison, it's got that problem. Then they said, no, eggs are good for you. The same doctor, there's some new research came and they said eggs are good for you. Then they say, no. The egg white is good, the yellow is bad. Yeah? And 5 years ago they said, no, the body needs cholesterol. So now the yellow is good. Now, can you imagine what kind of idiots are writing these papers? They cannot decide upon one egg. It really makes me angry sometimes. Now we are talking about spices, we're talking about turmeric, we're talking about bishop's weed, we're talking about, there's so many spices that we have in India that we use to heal ourselves from the kitchen. We don't run, putting chemicals inside our body to heal ourselves. When we have a headache, we know what to do. When we have a fever, we know what to do. When we have a cold, we know what to do. We just do not believe in what these allopathy doctors who change their voice and their opinion and their research to suit the pharmaceutical companies every day. So Ayurveda is beautiful in the sense that it's consistent and it works. It's what helped me cure my arthritis and my eczema and my cholesterol. And it's really easy. It's doable. If you understand your body, whether it is kapha, vata or pitta, if you understand your body type, you just look at Google and say, what should I not have for my kapha? And the Google will tell you, don't do this, you need to exercise a lot. The vata people should not exercise too much. The vata people should eat as much as warm things as possible. So it's very easy. The science is so easy, it's insane. And I just wish that the whole world knew what this whole concept of Ayurveda and naturopathy is, because it genuinely will heal the world. Now coming to yoga, yoga is not the asanas you see people to do and you say, oh, this is yoga. That's out of the 8 limbs of yoga, the Ashtanga yoga, out of the 8 limbs, asanas is only one. For me, in my understanding as a teacher, when I teach my students, I tell them yoga is a way you live your life. How you wake up in the morning, what you do after you open your eyes, There's a way to open your eyes. There's a whole science behind the first 5 minutes of your morning when you wake up. Then the next 10 minutes, then the next half an hour. So if I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, there's a set of things that I do up to 9 o'clock every day. And then everything else that you do is also yoga. Because when you're sitting, your spine should have a particular alignment. When you're standing, there's a particular alignment to the spine. When you are eating your food, if you're at a party, are you standing up and eating your food? Are you standing up and drinking your water? Because if you're doing that, that water that you're drinking, that alcohol anyway is poison. Whatever you're drinking when you're standing becomes poison.
Once I learned about need of sitting when drinking, it made my life a little bit more difficult, but I remember it very well.
So, and this is an ancient science which everybody knew in India. Like, the person who delivers the letter, the postman, he always asks whoever comes to our house if they need water. And about 5 years ago, we had a postman, who came to deliver a letter, and he said, "Would you like some water?" He said, "Yes, please." So we gave him the glass, and he sat down on the floor, and he was drinking. I said, "Why did you just drinking like that?" He said, "No, you don't know. You should not drink water when you're standing." And that's when I researched it, and apparently everybody knows it except the city people. So yoga is not, again, I'm repeating, yoga is not only the asanas. It's not only doing, this asana and then, this Surya Namaskar. No, that's one aspect of it. Yoga is the way you live your life. It's what you do, it's what you speak. There is speech. In the speech, there is yoga. In the thought, there is yoga. In your actions, in your deeds, there is yoga. The way you sleep, there is yoga. What you do before you sleep, there is yoga. Everything is yoga. And once you understand the whole concept of the integration of yoga with your life, then your life becomes heaven. Because you are now living in sync with the cosmic pulse. I call it the cosmic vibration. And if this is you, Martin, if this is your pulse, and this is the pulse of the universe, when you're born, it's the same frequency. And then shit happens. And then, you go to school, and then in the school you're eating your French fries and your pizza, then you have to study hard and you sleep late at night, and then, your parents tell you have to become rich, you have to become famous. And look where you've gone. You've gone so far away from the pulse. And what yoga does, it brings you back to the same frequency. It brings you back to the same pulse. And now you're vibrating at the same frequency again. This is what yoga does. This is yoga. This is what it did to me. And some people call it enlightenment. So it's like, it's made out to be such a big deal, Martin, but it's actually not. It's just waking up. It's like just getting out of your slumber, stop being stupid, and just be normal. To be normal is now called enlightenment.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because when people speak about enlightenment, it's something like unbelievably far away, or something unimaginable or whatever it might feel. But yeah, actually, it's something very common and normal, as I understand.
It's absolutely normal. I mean,
it should be general state of mind of us, I guess, like for the whole life, if possible.
And the best part is that if somebody like me, I was a complete idiot. I would be working, not working, like I would be drinking alcohol, like a lot of it. I was smoking 3 packets of cigarettes a day. I would party every night. I would come back home at 5 in the morning. I would eat garbage. Now, after doing all of that, if I can become what I am today, I think anybody can do it. It's doable. And after being like in the state of mind that I was in, to reach the state of mind I am in now, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So it's, enlightenment is really not a big deal. It's really easy. My job as a teacher is to simplify the concept of enlightenment for you.
How is it in India with all those things we're talking about? Does people implement it, or you mentioned that maybe city people are not really into that kind of stuff anymore? How is it? Like, is it generally used or not really?
I think that, in my view, I think Indians have lost the way. Now, they think they have not lost the way because they're very religious. Because they go to the temple, they go, we have like hundreds and thousands of gods, and everybody has one, except me, I think.
You don't have your own God.
I believe in spirituality. I have no faith in religion because I always say that if you're drowning, God is not going to come and take you out of the water. If you lose all your money and you become bankrupt today, God is not going to step out of the church or the temple and going to say, oh, here's your money. Neither is he going to send anyone. Don't hope for it. It's not going to happen. You're going to die poor. If you become poor, you die poor. Nobody's going to come and help you. And you say it's God's will. Then if it's God's will and he's going to do whatever he wants anyway, then what am I wasting 2 hours every Sunday to sit in the church for?
This reminds me of a discussion here a couple of days ago about the destiny, karma, and own will and that kind of stuff. The philosophical night with your friends, which was almost getting physical at the end.
So I don't believe in religion. And coming back to your question about how do I feel about Indians making use of our knowledge, our beliefs, our spirituality, I think Indians lost the way. And they lost it within the labyrinth that religion created for them. So now they're deeply religious and the divides are so many. And this is what religion does. It's one of the reasons why I have no love for religion. It divides people. It divides people not only on the basis of your religion and mine. If you could be a Hindu, but if within Hindus there's a Brahmin, and then there is a Kshatriya, and there is this, and everybody has different ideology, everybody has different faith, even those are divided. And then I'm not even going to the part of the Hindus and the Muslims and the Christians and the Jews, and now everybody's divided. It's like a pie which has been cut into many different pieces. But actually, when you meditate, when you come into that space of being Zen, you realize we're all the same. What have you cut? And it's sad in a way, but it's also fine because everything in life has a process. In my process of my life, as if I take it as an example, if I had not gone into the shit like the world is in right now, I would have not had the opportunity to come up. So, this planet was once spiritual, it was once beautiful, it was once fine, and then we did what we did to the planet, the pollution, the chaos, the wars, the world wars, the nuclear weapons, the fishing, the meat industry, the pharma industry, the drugs, the narcotics, it's all, but it's fine. As long as there are some pieces of light everywhere, the job of that light, we call them bodhisattvas. The job of a bodhisattva is to be that light and then light as many lights as he can before he dies. And that's how the world will eventually get illuminated, because it's the only way. So whatever's happening, you don't judge it. It's a process. It's fine. It's going to be fine. We need events like the healing festival to heal people. Because once somebody is healed, he does not want war. Once somebody is healed, he stops hating. Once somebody is healed, he starts loving. And that's the kind of world we want to create. And that's what you do. That's what I come to the Czech Republic for. That's why we're doing it in India. That's why we're going to do it all over the world, right?
Yeah, because the original vision of Healing Festival, when Magdalena actually developed it, was to bring the knowledge and the wisdom of the teachers to the people in Czech Republic, because she felt like it's unavailable to them, and that it can bring so much good into the society from which people can benefit in their daily lives. So this is actually what we're doing. We're bringing teachers, you also, with all that wisdom and knowledge of different cultures, teachings, sciences, and experience also to the people, so they can choose and they can experience this wisdom and information in very safe and beautiful supporting environment, to have a chance to think about it, understand it, test it, try it, and apply it later, and actually bring it with them to their daily life. Because I don't consider a healing festival an event for entertainment. You know, it's not like fun you go to, you consume it, and then you go back to your shitty life. It should be the decision. You go there because you want to benefit of what you will experience and learn there. Then you take it with you, you bring it home, and you actually do it. This is what we like people to understand about Healing Festival. You know, it's not an entertainment. Of course, it is also fun.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
It's so much
it's
fun.
a lot of fun.
But the main purpose of the event and of actually going there is different.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, you have any other question for me from the Czech Republic?
Yeah, I have. I actually have. You mentioned one of the words we didn't discuss in a detail yet, so I think we could dedicate a couple of thoughts on that. And that's spirituality. Like people being spiritual persons or beings, you know. Yeah, you're laughing and I somehow know why. So what do you think? Could you elaborate a little bit more about your perception of spirituality?
There are two kinds of dogs in the world. One kind of dog runs behind any car. It could be an old car, new car. He doesn't care. He just runs behind it, and as soon as the car stops, he puts his legs up and he pees on it. Right? There's a second kind of dog who only looks for good cars. He wants the Mercedes, like a Maybach Mercedes. He wants a Bentley. He wants a Rolls Royce. He wants a Ferrari. And as soon as he sees these cars, he runs behind it. And as soon as they stop, he puts his leg up and he pees on it. Right? Now, they're both dogs, they're both peeing. In humanity, there's one kind of human being that is running behind money, he's running behind fame, he's running behind women, he's running behind all kinds of what we call non-spiritual things. And then as soon as he finds it, he pees on it, and that's his life. He's very happy. And the second kind of human being is now being spiritual. He talks to you with the smile on his face, and he's talking about his next retreat. He's talking about all the great things he's wearing, the tattoos that he has, and how he wakes up at 4:30 in the morning, and he meditates for 1 hour. But he's also a dog, because both of these things are not spirituality at all. Being spirituality is, first of all, not thinking about it and talking about it all the time, that I'm so spiritual, I'm so spiritual. Because being spiritual is not being spiritual. Being spiritual is being normal. It's being a human being.
Persons by nature.
Yeah, it's you. It's how you were born. It's going back to the basic. Returning to, what the pure life was meant to be. It was not about the malas that you are, chanting. It's not about the mantras. It's not about all the mudras. It's just spirituality really is you connected with the divine. You know it, the divine knows it, and nobody else needs to know. Because otherwise your dog running behind the Ferrari. Because the more you're talking about it, the more you're saying what you do, the more you're thinking about it, even if you don't say it. Some people don't say it, but they're just doing, I have to wake up today to meditate. And the day they don't wake up to meditate, if they sleep too much, they say, the whole day becomes destroyed. Oh my God, I miss my meditation. Oh my God, I miss this. Oh my God, I'm looking at that meat and I'm really looking at it and I'm loving it. That's not spiritual. That's not me. I'm not being faithful to my religion. I'm vegan. I'm vegetarian. You are just supposed to be human. You're supposed to be a good human being. You're supposed to be connected to the cosmic pulse that we spoke about. That is spirituality. And until people understand that the difference between trying to be spiritual and having the spiritual tag in your mind or in the mind of society about yourself, and genuinely being connected, genuinely being just softly enlightened, that is what will change the world. That is what will make this world a spiritual place. Like I always say, we tried capitalism, we tried communism, we tried socialism, we tried so many of these isms. Now let's try spiritualism. as a way to live and as a way to govern our life, as a way for the governments to run. Let it run on the basis of spirituality and then see what happens.
Let's see. Thank you. I have no more questions for now, I guess.
Until we meet again, thank you and lots of love to the Czech Republic, to my beautiful Czech people. I love you all and I cannot wait to see you again in 2025 in August. Satnam.
Thank you very much for having me, for the talk, and looking forward to meet you in August and then also in November.
In November, in India. In India. Satnam.
Thank you, Satnam. Have a good time.
Yeah.